Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League and we're going to try out this team here featuring the Talonflame paired with the Serperior and the Annihilape in the back. Here we got the Talonflame versus the Sandslash. This is a great matchup here. They're going to switch out into their Jellicent. It makes sense. The water protecting the double fire weakness of Sandslash. We're going to throw this Frenzy Plant right before they get to the move. So this is going to do some huge damage. They decide to let it go. We are going to allow them to throw this Shadow Ball. And then we're going to be able to farm down. After we allow them to throw a couple more fast moves, doesn't really matter, but it gets this Serperior as low as possible. We're going to go for this Frenzy Plant right here. Even though it is a resistant move, still does 30%, something like that. We're trying to get to another move. Unable to get to that move. They are able to farm us down perfectly. One Incinerate does get let go. They are going to throw an Ice Punch, and then they're going to switch out into their Lantern. Lantern running Water Gun here is going to be interesting. We are going to go for straight Night Slash at this point. This is a 2-shield situation. Trying to get a boost. No boost. So we're still okay here. We're going to throw this Night Slash immediately. This is probably going to get a shield. Yeah, it makes sense right there. Now they're going to have to invest shields now. They are at a ton of energy though. We have to invest shields here as well. And we're just going to throw one more fast move and get to this Night Slash. This is going to get the shield as well because we know their Sandslash is really low. And now we're just going to try to get to another move. Our opponent does get to another Serp here. Now we have to just basically try to get to... Okay, they are able to get to another Serp, but it leaves their Lantern really low. We're going to come in with our Talonflame here. One Incinerate would be able to take it out. And remember, their Sandslash is really low as well. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game barely with our own Annihilape in the back. All right, here we go. What's the next team? We're going to see the Talonflame versus Claydol. It's a really interesting... Okay, they decided to switch out into the Altaria. Not a great matchup for our backline. We're going to have to just chip and dip here. Brave Bird does get used. Let's see if they let this go. No, they call the Brave Bird. So nice shield by them. We're going to go into our Annihilape right here. Our Annihilape has to win this matchup right here because we've already delayed the switch and we had to invest the shield right there. We're going to go for the Shadow Ball. This is going to go through and now it's going to allow us to potentially farm down with 2 shields. So that's exactly what we end up doing. We need to make sure we take out this Altaria. So even though we invested 2 shields, we at least have a chance now because we know what they have in that front. There's a Cradle. Cradle is going to be weak to these Night Slashes. They are running the... I think that's a Mud Shot. So it's not doing a ton of damage, but it is... Actually, it's Mud Slap. Sorry. It's Mud Slap. So they were chunking away. But we are going to switch on to the Talonflame. We bait out the Bastiodon in the back. And now we can have the Serperior matched up against this Bastiodon. We know that we have to come in here with the Serperior. We're going to have to tank a Flamethrower. Now the question is, do they get to a second Flamethrower before we get to 2 Frenzy Plants? Let's find out. So definitely we're going to fire off this Frenzy Plant. This Frenzy Plant here chips away at the Bastiodon. So we definitely need to catch. This is a moment. Will we catch? Yes. So we do catch it right there. That's perfect. And now we have to build up to 2 Frenzy Plants because we know they still have that Cradle. Perfectly aligned to 2 Frenzy Plants right here. We fire off the first one. And now it comes down to, do they have a move? No, they don't. They end up trying to go for the fast move KO. And we do have a Frenzy Plant ready for the Cradle. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Serperior at the end, basically taking out the Cradle, taking out the Bastiodon, and tanking a Flamethrower was the key. And plus the catch. So the catch was very useful as well. All right, next game, we got the Talonflame versus the Skarmory. Fantastically expecting them to switch out. We're going to see a Gligar. Okay, Gligar, unfortunately, is bad for our backline here. We see that they have the Skarmory Gligar matchup. Okay, they decide to shield the first one. That's fine. We're going to shield here as well because we think that this Gligar is a bait and we definitely don't want our backline on it. They go for the Area Ace, we can survive that, but now our flame charges are boosted. We're going to go for this flame charge right here. Goes through, doesn't quite KO, allows us to farm it down, and now we have a ton of energy. We know that Skarmory does not want to see the Talonflame, and so whatever's in the back would have to tank and move. Maybe it's an Annihilate, maybe it's a Wish Catcher, but either way, we were in a good spot right there because we had that Talonflame forcing 2 Pokemon to go out. All right, here we go. Next game, what do we find? We have this core of Talonflame and Serperior that is pretty solid, and then the Annihilape is just kind of a good generalist. We got the Talonflame versus the Victory Bell. Fantastic lead. Expecting them to switch out. They do switch out into their Deoxys, so we're going to farm up just a little bit and not throw a move. Trying to catch and move. See if they throw a potential Rock Slide or something. Our opponent here does throw the Thunderbolt, so we are going to be able to resist those quite easily. We're going to throw this Frenzy Plant right before they get to their move, so they threw the Thunderbolt because they have Thunderbolt and Psycho Boost. Psycho Boost here most likely going to be used at this point. We're going to shield here. There's the Psycho Boost. Makes sense. And then we're going to continue building up to potential 2 moves. We know that the Psycho Boost doesn't deal as much damage now. We're going to build up to 2 Aerial Aces because they're in range of a potential Aerial Ace. Okay, they decided to shield, and because of that, they are going to have to tank another Aerial Ace. So they decide to double shield, or do they just allow this to go through? Okay, now our opponent here is going to allow us to farm it down. Now we have the Serperior perfectly aligned. We see the Bastiodon come in, so we are going to be able to win this game. This is a game where we had to play this exactly how we did. We're going to have the Annihilape onto the Bastiodon. We know the Victory Bell is going to be super duper weak to our Talonflame, so GG Star opponent, able to win that game. The defense Deoxys switch-in is kind of weird. The fact that the Victory Bell was protected by the defense Deoxys is quite interesting for sure. Usually you would see maybe obviously like a water type, or maybe even a potential Charmer or something, but interesting team. So here we go, get the Altaria. This is a core breaker for the entire team, so we're going to see if we can get a sneaky Brave Bird to go through. If this goes through, we might have a chance because we need this as low as possible. Okay, that's exactly what we needed. We go into our Annihilape right here. We're going to shield because we want this Annihilape to grab some shields in the backline, and they have the Shadow for Alligator. Okay, this is going to be tough because we are going to go for a boost here. No boost, unfortunately. They are going to be able to throw a Hydro Cannon here to take us out right before we get to our move. We cannot go into the Talonflame. We're going to have to go into our Serperior here. Now it comes down to, do we think this is an Ice Beam? Would they have Ice Beam on this Alligator? We're going to have to shield. Oh, unfortunately, ends up being the Crunch, and we get debuffed. So that is the worst of both worlds right there. Now we have to try to wiggle out of the situation. We do have a good amount of energy on the Serperior. Let's see what they have in the back. Ends up being the Vigoroth. Ow. Vigoroth is going to be really good against our backline here with no shields. Our opponent here is going to be able to get to a potential Rock Slide on our Talonflame as well. So not necessarily what we wanted, but let's see if we get them to farm down range. Nope, they don't allow us to. They're going to throw this Rock Slide here, take out our Talonflame easily, and then unfortunately Serperior does not have enough health needed to keep that shield. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.